Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I'm your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and we're back for some more Killing Floor 2 here today. It's been a little while since I've done some Killing Floor recordings, mostly because I've been patiently waiting for Tripwire Interactive to put out the new patch that will add the Firebug and the Demolition Man. And, well, the Firebug is my favorite class from Killing Floor 1, so I think you can understand why I've been trying to be a little bit patient. But, you know, it's been a while, and I felt the itch the other day, so I decided to start in on a series that I had talked about doing before, which was the Killing Floor Custom Map series, where we look at different Killing Floor custom maps that have become available over the past few months. And then I talk about, like, how the sort of killing and fighting strategies have changed from Killing Floor 1, and how, some maps just seem to not be quite so well suited for the new paradigm in game design. So we're gonna start out today by taking a look at a remake of West London, which was made by a person by the name of Natco, and it's, I don't know anything about it, actually. So we'll play it on normal difficulty, on long, 10 waves, just because we're mostly taking a look at how the scenery is laid out, and we'll see how they managed to recreate one of the favorite maps from the original Killing Floor game, and see if it holds up to scrutiny. So we'll switch to, probably the support, because that one requires the least amount of Larry's effort in order to do the thing. And so far, so good. It definitely looks reminiscent of the West London that we all know and love from the original. All the buildings are where they used to be. They're just far higher res. Although it looks like some of the textures over there were having a bit of a spastic moment. So we got some more clots jumping over the wall. We've got the formerly the double-decker bus tunnel. But, I don't know how easy it is to mod Killing Floor right now and add your own custom, like, models and textures. So I think it might be a little while before we see a proper-sized double-decker bus. So one of the nice things about the original West London map was it was really easy to just pick a tunnel that you liked, stand in the middle of it, and then just swish back and forth and just mow down any old Zed that came your way. And it looks like we've retained quite a bit of that, but I'm feeling it's kind of like when you go to a playground when you're an adult that you remember going to as a kid. Everything in here, it seems the same, but just the time it takes me to walk places, it just seems so much smaller. Like, there's something about the scale in the new game that just makes everything feel kind of off. So I don't know what to think about that. We've got the trader over here, which is true to form, although it was kind of on the corner. Not sure why Natco didn't put it on the corner over here. But hey, I mean, one of the things that you have to remember about modifying anything for a new game that has a completely new engine and completely new assets and just gameplay is that sometimes you've got to take a few creative liberties. So here's the basement area. We'll have a peek-see down here. Now, previously, this area was pretty pitch black. This is like, an area that's like under a bank or a business that for some reason or other has got like a torn out, like, dug up chamber where the trader was located. And then another thing that was odd was just like it had like a cell block down here. No idea what this was supposed to be in the original game, but we definitely have some like indicators that this is like a bank, so that's pretty cool. And I thought in the previews on the website that maybe I saw, okay, here's like a little mini bar area, like a break room for the employees. I could have sworn I saw like an indoor swimming pool or something inside one of these. Oh, hi everyone, how are you? Doing okay? How are the kids? Pretty good? Sweet. Oh, there's the cafe with weird graffiti above it, so that actually looks pretty good. Looking definitely much more high-res with all the new game assets than what we had before, so I'm definitely digging it. And that was one of the things that the Tripwire Interactive guys were talking about going into Killing Floor 2 was Killing Floor 2 is really just adding all the things that they wish that they could have added with the first one, but just because of the technology constraints were unable to do so. So, you know, this is definitely looking delicious, and Atco did a pretty good job bringing the whole thing back to life. And I'm brushing back up on my shooting skills, because I haven't played Killing Floor 2 in probably like a couple of months, or at least not actively for a couple of months or so. So I'm doing alright, getting back in the swing of things with normal mode difficulty. Where is this vendor? Is this back over here at the old cafe? Must be. So I think this works pretty well. One of the issues that I've had playing some random servers that had, like, modded versions of the old maps is that some of them were just way too small. Once you got a Scrake or a Flesh Pounder, you just didn't have anywhere to go in order to kite them or to try and kill them properly. So you ended up just hoping that you had enough firepower to kill them before you got overrun by all of their friends. And you know, this is definitely like a map that lends well to being recreated. It's got lots of narrow areas if you need to kite through somewhere, and also a lot of more open areas where you can just kite large packs of all the Zeds. Like this main street here. And let's take a look-see, a peek inside of the church and see what's going on over there. I don't know if this still looks like a church. This looks more like an Italian restaurant that I've been to in the past. Nice SOS banner, too. Oh, this is what I thought was an indoor pool. Okay, this is like this weird carpeting. Hi, what's up, guys? Mind if I come outside for some sunlight and fresh smoky air? Oh, sure you don't. I'm just a cute little Chupacabra man with a shotgun. What's the worst that could happen? We can play, scrimmage or whatever, and maybe some poker, and explode a head or two. My aim is just like slightly one tick off of where I need to be shooting them in order to murder their faces. Good news though, I've got the level 20 perk for support, which means I got a ridiculous amount of health, so I don't really have too much to worry about. But so far, this map's looking pretty good. I like it. It just seems like some of these areas are too wide and some of them are too, like, narrow and small feeling. Like, one thing I would definitely do is maybe increase the height of this overpass. It seems kinda low to me, and maybe remove some of these guardrails so I can actually kite back into this alleyway without having to, like, hop over it. Or make it so that you can easily hop over it. That would be my feedback for the creator, Natco. Ooh, can I get down here? No, but at least I can, like, walk down here and see that this was formerly an entrance to the subway. That's kinda neat. Ow, stop it, crawler. You rude son of a bitch. This is what happens when you skip manners class at the cotillion. Sure, you got to dance with all the pretty ladies on dance night, but if you don't know how to handle yourself at a fine classic dining meal, what was the whole point? Exactly, you spicy bastards. Okay. Yeah, no, this is all feeling pretty good. I'm not certain if I would actually recommend fighting inside that office building. It's really close quarters in there, and it's a good place, I feel like, where you could get pretty murdered pretty fast. These tunnels seem pretty true to form. Although I feel like the car placement could be a little bit closer to the original buses, but again, I always leave room for, like, creative independence when recreating things, because again, you know, you gotta have some creative liberties, or else the whole thing just doesn't quite make sense. So you gotta be able to decide for yourself how you want to reimagine certain areas. So like down here, this place used to be pitch black dark, and there used to be more basement. But I'd imagine now with the way that the engine works, you throw a grenade like I just did, and it explodes, and should take out a light. But the idea there, in my mind, would be it becomes dark if you decide to fight down here, and then the lighting goes out, and then you're suddenly without a source of light. And wouldn't that just be a pain in the butt? Alright. Hello, sir. How are you? So, I guess I can talk about the upcoming patch for a couple of minutes before we get out of here. I'm not gonna go through the entire map, all 10 waves. That's certainly not as long as I feel like staying in this custom map. But I can understand why this map got pretty highly rated. Let me see, what was the rating? It was an 8 out of 10 on the website that I found it on, the Game Banana website, in their custom Killing Floor 2 maps. The next map of Killing Floor 2 is gonna contain the Demoman and the Pyro. The Pyro, or the Firebug, is my favorite class. That was the one that I was first introduced to when I first started playing the game, because my friend brought me into Killing Floor, because, you know, he's like, oh man, you'll love it, it's only like $2. It's always on sale, there's lots of fun maps, you'll love it. And then we immediately started, like, right out of the starting gate playing, like, hard mode. So, Pyro was the thing that they always seemed to need. And it was, at the time, I think some of the best sustained DPS, because you could just spritz groups of mobs and watch them get murdered. Oh, that's the other thing that's bugging me, is like, add the blue line, Natco. This is just weird, having to follow, like, the reticle, without having, like a blue jism beam that I can follow along with. Actually, I need to buy a double barrel now. So the other thing adding in the new patch coming up is going to be some major overhauls to Berserker, and also the demolition expert, the Demoman, who is all about the bombs. I tried for a long time to do a lot of good things with the Demoman in Killing Floor 1. I'll certainly be interested to see how Tripwire decides to handle the Demoman. But, you know, one of the issues was shooting yourself in the face because there's a lot of close quarters combat. So I'd be very interested to see if they have some, like, weapon that gives you some up-and-close and personal, bombastic personality traits, but also doesn't instantly kill you with your own frickin' weapons. Well, there's like a cool coat of arms here. Looks like Natco did a really nice job of playing around with the assets that Tripwire has made available. And I'm sure, not too long from now, Tripwire will also add, like, a detailed modding API, because they said they're fully supportive of people who make custom maps and mods. And I don't remember if they said they're going to have, like, a custom map-making API or anything. But that should all be pretty flippin' delicious. Although I do know a bunch of people are kinda spicy that the latest update is taking so long. That's a scrake. You will not be going that direction immediately. But good news, the boomstick is still as deliciously overpowered as it always was, even if it only has 2 shots per clip. So there's that. Get some extra ammunition. Hey buddy, what's up? Aw, your torso's missing. That's not good. You should see a doctor, you little scamp. Okay, pop you, pop you. Yeah, once the new patch hits, I'm definitely gonna check out one of the 2 new maps that they're gonna add. I mean, I'm checking out a new map right now. It should be fun to see a video for each of the new maps and each of the new classes, probably 2 in total. So 1 class, 1 new map, and see how they mix and mizzle and match. It should be good. So I like this map. It feels very true to form. Maybe just take some more creative liberties and mix and match with some of the different environments where you can hold out in. Just because one of the things that's kind of tricky with Killing Floor 2 is just finding like a good mixture of like places to hide out and hold out, and also sort of bottleneck corridors where you can kill stuff. Because we've got these 2 tunnels, and these tunnels work out okay, but now you kind of need the ability to weld some doors, or maybe like a gate across this spot, or like a small little partition, in order to kind of control the flow of Zeds. But I like this. It's definitely worthy of an 8 out of 10 on Game Banana. And for anyone at home who's interested, the link to download this will be in the description. It's completely legitimate, and I'll even put the file path where you can find your Killing Floor 2 maps server so that you can easily install it without too much trouble, and maybe I'll even do a tutorial for the Chupacabra tutorials channel. So until next time, this has been the start of the Killing Floor 2 custom maps series. Thanks for joining me, Larry the Chupacabra, and I hope you enjoyed this. We'll take a look at some more and try to like review them and stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that fun shenanigans related stuff. Bye!